Hey everybody, John Michael Bailey Injury Lawyers. Today we're going to talk about tinnitus, what it is, how it affects your everyday life, and how such a condition as a result of an injury could affect your future life every day for the rest of your life. And most important, what the insurance adjuster doesn't want you to know. There's a lot to learn. Stick around. Here we go. Hey everybody, John Michael Bailey Injury Lawyers. I'm an attorney in Memphis and the surrounding states. We are on the air, I think, in 5 or 6 states. We handle cases everywhere. I am a lawyer, but I'm not your lawyer unless you hire us, and we'd be happy to look at your case to see if we can help you. And if you want to start that process now, you can simply follow this link right here. Or if you're the impatient type like I am, you can pick up the phone and call me right now at 888-WE-FIGHT. We never close. Our motto is, if you're hurting, we're working. So call us at any time. Today, we're going to be talking about tinnitus. Now, tinnitus is a disorder of the inner ear. There's a lot of things that it can develop from. It can develop naturally, but it also can develop from trauma. The traumatic tinnitus is what we're going to be talking about today. Now, I have, over the 45 plus years I've been practicing law, handled thousands of injury cases, looked at, handled, tried thousands of injury cases. I've recovered millions of dollars for my clients. And when it comes to my client getting the very best outcome, the number one thing that we can do is we need to secure the mechanism of the injury, and we need to identify all the injuries that are common to that particular mechanism. Now, I've got some things up here we're going to use to talk about, but today we're going to be talking about tinnitus. That's your ears, okay? On the skull, right here is your sinuses, and then right through here, all right through here is going to be your auditory canals and all that kind of stuff. If you look at how the ear is shaped, how God made us, it's just like this. A lot of times when we can't hear, we do this. All that does is amplify our ear. And then it all goes inside into this sinus cavity and down in through here. I don't know if you can see that little, I'll hold it up, all down in through here. And it goes to your inner ear canal. And that is what governs your balance and all that kind of stuff. Also, that's where tinnitus starts. So we're going to be dealing with 2 types of injuries today. We're going to be dealing with a slip, trip, and fall case, and we're going to be dealing with an automobile accident. Now, let's start talking about these things. So tinnitus, what is it? Well, tinnitus is a sound in your ears that shouldn't be there. It can be a buzzing, it can be a high-pitched whine, it can be a ringing, all kinds of things. Another inner ear disorder is a disorder of your balance. Now, you'll notice I'm kind of fiddling around with these 2 little things. I'm going to hold these up, hopefully, so the overhead can get a good close shot of them. These are levels. These are line levels. And what this is, it's a bubble level. And you can tell by where the bubble is whether or not you're perfectly centered, or if you're off to one side or off to the other side. There's also levels for perpendicular, to tell if you're perpendicular or not, and whether or not in construction they call it plumb, what means straight up and down. So your inner ear has a leveling system like this. This is what does what? What do you think it does? It determines whether or not you're in balance. Now listen, we've all seen movies or TikToks or something like that where somebody is running and then all of a sudden they just fall over. If they did not do that intentionally just for laughs, then that's a very sad situation, because what that means is that your inner ear and your balance is off. And if you can't balance, you can't sit up straight, you can't walk, you can't drive, you can't think. All of these can come from tinnitus. So that is why tinnitus is a very, very serious injury. It's a serious disorder of the inner ear, and that's why we're talking about it today. So moving on to, oh yeah, and I forgot to mention this. A lot of the stuff that we're going to talk about today is from this book, 2 + 2 = I'm hurt. I literally wrote the book on the mathematics of a collision injury. There is a lot of math and a lot of physics. I talk a lot about how cars are made. This book is available on Amazon, but don't go buy it, because the very next series of videos that we're going to do is going to be about this book, and we're going to go chapter by chapter, and I'm going to go through every conceivable scenario in an automobile accident, and I'm going to show you where you could be hurt. And this book right here is what we use to train our staff. This right here, what we're talking about today, tinnitus, is covered in this book. Now, this is an ebook. That means it's free. It also means it doesn't cost anything either. And it's covered in this along with a lot of other good, useful information, and it's free. It's on my website. All you have to do is go there and download it. And I encourage you to do that and follow along in the chapter while you're watching this. That way you can kind of catch everything, okay? But if you want to get this book, all you have to do is follow this link right here. It'll take you straight to the website. You can download it. Remember, it's free. And I would appreciate it if you would tell all your friends the same thing. Hey, if you want to know anything about injuries and auto accidents or slip, trip, and fall cases, go to John Michael Bailey's website, John Michael Bailey Injury Lawyer's website, which is right here, and you can download the book. This is the first of many books that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing another series of things that you need to know to protect yourself from the insurance adjusters after this book, and that will also be an ebook. Okay, sorry, I tend to ramble on. So let's get down to the business of tinnitus. In a slip, trip, and fall case, how can this happen? Well, in a slip, trip, and fall case, your head, most likely, if your feet go out from under you and you go up and then come down, chances are your head is going to hit. Now, it could hit sideways like this. It could hit like this, or if you are lucky enough to fall straight forward, you could do this and face plant, or like this. Any and all of these can cause tinnitus. Any and all of them. So you need to check for tinnitus in every slip, trip, and fall case. There's no way in the world I'm going to get this thing to sit up straight again, so we're not even going to try. I'm going to lay him down like that. So in a car accident, I'm going to show you how this works. But before we get into that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you just real quickly. Now, these are older cars. One of the great things about doing these videos is I get to play with these old cars. But I'm going to use this as an illustration. The cars are made the same way today. And I'm going to talk to you about pillars and what that means when we're talking about a car. So the structure of the car is built to where it has 3 pillars. You have an A pillar, which is the very first one, the B pillar, which is in the middle, and then you have the C pillar, which is right here. Now, these are integral to the car, and they're part of the skeleton of the car, if you will, and they're designed to protect people. Because they're designed to protect and be strong, you can also hit them and become hurt. In this particular one, I'm going to open up. I don't know if this will come through or not, but I'll hold it up. You can see that the B pillar, which is the middle pillar, goes from the roof all the way down to the floor. Now, let me show you something else that often happens. And this is a car, and this is called a hardtop sedan or coupe. And this does not have a full B pillar. So what that has, the B pillar only goes part of the way up. You see these in a lot of cars too, but here on this one, the A pillar is right here and the C pillar is right here. There's kind of the stub out of the B pillar. What does that mean? That means that if you are a driver or a passenger in this car, you would not hit the B pillar with your head, you would hit the glass. And I'm here to tell you, you will hit it hard enough to cause tinnitus. So if your car does not have a fully articulated B pillar, that doesn't mean you won't get tinnitus. So what do I mean? Well, let's come back to skinny again, and let me show you. Assume that you are a restrained driver and you get hit from this side. Well, what's going to happen? Okay, Well, you're going to be restrained right here from going forward. This seat belt coming across your shoulder or the shoulder strap does not stop you from going side to side. So what's going to happen? The impact is going to come over here. You're going to go this way, and then by a physics thing called inertia, where if you push something, it tends to sort of come back in the same area. You're going to come back. That's where your head right here will either hit the side glass of the car or it'll hit the B pillar. Both of these can cause inner ear disorders. It's traumatic tinnitus, and it will cause you problems. Same thing if you're this driver and you're hit from this side. Again, remember, this strap keeps you from going forward, not side to side. You're going to go directly into the window, side glass, or the B pillar. Opposite on the other side. The strap comes across the right shoulder. If the strike comes from the driver's side, your head's going into this B pillar right here. Your head's going into that B pillar or into that glass. Same thing. If you're hit from this side, remember, you're going to have this impact here. You're going to go side and then you're going to come right back. So in every case of even a moderate impact, you need to check for tinnitus. Now, why am I telling you this? Because the insurance adjuster in every case that I've ever handled always says the same thing. That wreck could not have caused those injuries. Your client is making it up. Even if your client does have a problem or is hurt, we're not responsible for it and we're not paying for it. Your client's a liar. He's a malingerer, and we're not responsible. And no, the answer is no, we're not paying you. So anytime that you get a settlement and you get anything that approaches fair for what you deserve for the injuries that have been put on you through no fault of your own, you're going to have to fight for it. And I'm sorry to have to tell you that, but that's just how it is. So the adjuster is going to tell you, if you tell them you have ringing in your ears, you're feeling dizzy or anything like that, they're going to tell you, take an aspirin, go lay down. It'll go away in a few days. I'm here to tell you it will not. The tinnitus can become permanent. It can be treated. It can be made better. But here's what has to happen. First of all, you have to understand the mechanics of the injury. And if you don't understand the mechanics of the injury, which means simply this is how the injury occurred, then you don't know where to look for the hidden injuries, the injuries that you may not associate with that. At John Michael Bailey Injury Lawyers, that's what we do. We specialize in that. We specialize in getting the evidence of the mechanism of injury. And then from there, we know if we get the mechanism of injury, we know where to look for the hidden injuries. And tinnitus is one of the injuries that we look for. There's audiologists, there's audiology therapists that we can get you to that can make your life better. And many times you will not go back to 100% of what you were before the accident. And if that's so, you have an impairment rating, meaning your life will never be the same. And if you've got a lifetime injury, you deserve a lifetime of compensation. No adjuster is ever going to tell you that. They don't want you to know that. I'm telling you that right here, right now. But you've got to have a law firm that knows how to get the evidence of the mechanism of injury, knows where to go look for the hidden injuries. And you know why we know how to do that? Because we are trauma trained. We're a trauma trained law firm. This is what we do. We get out of bed in the morning and do it, and we work at it until we go to bed at night. And then after we go to bed, we dream about it. This is our life. This is what we do, is help injured people. So tinnitus, you'll have dizziness, lightheadedness. Sometimes you'll see floaters in your eyes. Anything that is not exactly like it was before the wreck, you need to check for tinnitus. And remember, you've got to identify the injury. You've got to go to the doctor and relate that injury to the wreck. You can't go in there and say, oh, well, I was in this horrible car wreck, or I was listening to the radio. I don't know which one it is. If you say that to the doctor is going to put that in their records, and the adjuster is going to go, after he reads them, he's going to say, well, wait a minute, your client doesn't even know what caused this, so don't tell me I need to pay for it. If you didn't have this before the accident and you had it after the accident, trust me, it's from the accident. Then you actually have to treat. That's right. You have to follow the doctor's orders. And if the doctor tells you to get treatment or do physical therapy or do whatever exercises, you've got to do it. Okay. And you've got to complete the treatment. So you've got to do everything you can to make yourself better. And if you're not going to be 100% at the end of the treatment, you must complete the treatment. Otherwise, the doctor will not be able to say, he's done everything I asked him to do. He's done all the treatment I've asked him to do. At the end of the day, he didn't get back to 100%. Therefore, I have justification for giving him an impairment rating. This is how you have to fight to get what you deserve. And you need somebody who knows how to fight and is not afraid to go toe to toe. Listen, I'm not trying to get you a reasonable settlement. I want to get you an outrageous settlement. So when you want somebody who will go toe to toe and fight for you and get you everything that you deserve, pick up the phone and call us now. 888-WE-FIGHT. Remember, we never close. John Michael Bailey Injury Lawyers is here to help you. And not only will we help you, we love a good fight. So just remember this. Who are you going to call if you want to get it all? John Michael Bailey Injury Lawyers. 888-WE-FIGHT. We never close. So that's it for today for tinnitus. Again, if you want us to look at your case, we'll be happy to do it. You can follow this link right here and begin the process. You can pick up the phone and call us 888-WE-FIGHT 24/7. We never close. And if you need help, we're here for you. So I'm going to close now by saying, listen, I appreciate you listening. And if you can hear my voice, I wish you peace and joy. And as always, I hope to talk to everyone real soon. 888-WE-FIGHT.